This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11 Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy on this fine Friday morning. Hope you're all having a great day so far and made it to your destination. Roads, actually not too bad. Just be patient and everything will be okay out there. Connor, Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam Wilness with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Fantasy Frenzy is and always is brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Head out there in Leduc or online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Don't grab one bag. That's your first mistake. Grab multiple, potentially 3. One for the drive home, one for when you get home, and then one for later when you're craving it later on in the evening. Lots to get to on the show today, of course. We've got NFL action today. We've got curling. We've also got the Oilers tomorrow, college sports. There's lots to get to here.
The Egg NBA, Bowl's on right now.
The Egg Bowl. Why aren't we watching the Egg Bowl?
Because we're watching curling.
2 TVs. We need 2 boxes so we can switch things up. That is Mississippi State versus Ole Miss for those wondering.
What will Lane Kiffin do? Did he announce before the game? Or is he waiting until afterwards?
What do we think? LSU? Is that the discussion?
I think if he leaves, I think it would be for Florida.
Florida. The Gators. Or get them back to where they need to be.
Gators. They haven't been good since Tebow.
I don't care how good of a coach Lane Kiffin is. To me, he's always Oakland Raiders Lane Kiffin. And I don't trust him.
Which was not good.
His father, I believe, passed away. Outstanding. Monty Kiffin, kind of one of the orchestrators with the 4-6 defense the Tampa Bay Buccaneers used to win the Super Bowl. From what I've heard, just streaming, someone on the Rough Riders negotiation list having a heck of a game. That's just kind of what I see when I scroll through social media. So we can touch on that maybe a little bit, but I got to think more people probably looking at the Edmonton Oilers and the NFL. Any fantasy questions? Of course, 1-833-401-1440 or email Connor at sports1440.ca, Brandon at sports1440.ca. We got a couple coming in already, but Duke, I just want to ask you, Friday, you fed up about anything? Anything grinding your gears right now?
Yeah. I was fed up watching that football game last night where I needed the over to hit I parlayed all 3 overs yesterday.
Ooh.
And there's if you include turnover on downs, there was 8 turnovers in that game last night.
It wasn't very good, was it?
And several of which in the red zone at the goal line.
What was the number set?
Oh, man.
Because they got to 46. What was it? 52 or something?
51 and a half was the line I had. So I needed one more touchdown. Several opportunities for it. Despite how many field goals the Bengals kicked, not enough. Needed some of those to be majors. And I lost. But that's okay.
You knew the risks going in, right?
I knew the risks. Good for the Bengals.
It was, you know what? We made our picks on Wednesday on 5 questions. I took the Bengals and the Cowboys to win.
Good for you.
Now, I also took the Lions. So I went 2 for 3. Wouldn't have won anything if I did a bet. But it kind of felt like a game where, just feeling good about themselves, getting Joe Burrow back. I mean, yes, there were some mistakes still, but good for them to get the job done. Dallas Cowboys, I started talking about it 2 weeks ago. That the trades they made. Micah Parsons gone. That's a huge loss. But then bringing in Quinnen Williams, getting Clark. You have Jadeveon Clowney, who can still give you a few good reps every once in a while. Maybe they got that defense going in the right direction for the future, building from the middle outwards. I think it's easier to acquire or draft edge rushers than interior linemen who can really push that pocket. So bringing in Quinnen Williams was good for them. They get the job against Kansas City done, 31-28. That one did hit the over. That was a game where it just feels like Patrick Mahomes, when he used to drop back, and I've got the same vibe with Aaron Rodgers.
It was inevitable.
Years apart. When he drops back and he steps up into a throw, you're like, it's over. This is going to be 60-yard touchdown. Now, he did have that heck of a play to, was it Worthy? Wide open to keep the game going. Heck of
middle
a play.
Of the field, yeah.
But he's missing shots downfield. It doesn't seem like it used to. And maybe it's receivers hesitating in their routes a little bit, timing just off. But there was always that time where it was 10 points less and there's 3 minutes or less. Mahomes is going to find a way. Defense will get a key stop. They did not get it against the Dallas Cowboys. Big conversion to Pickens to pretty much seal the game, and Dallas Cowboys get the win. But interesting now for Kansas City. Like, we wouldn't usually talk about a team with their record and their situation, but when they've been as good for as long as they have been, and I think people have seen flashes of that greatness still, it's like, man, if they make into the playoffs and you're a team who gets that 2 seed and that's your first round opponent, kind of scary.
And you look at it now, like they're going to have to win out, I think, to make the playoffs. And even then, it might not be enough, depending how the rest of the AFC shakes out. And I had this discussion with Kevin and Eddie this morning. Like, so both Dallas and the Bengals have very slim playoff chances. They both won yesterday to keep those chances intact.
Yeah.
And maybe increase their percentages by a bit from where they were going in. Am I crazy for actually thinking, just because pretty much of the division, if nothing else, that the Bengals actually have a better chance of getting in than the Cowboys do?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I like either of their odds. I think eventually the Bengals are going to run to a team that might take it to them. Well, but having Joe Burrow back gives you a chance.
Burrow all of a sudden, like, in the defense, it's one game, but it looked, and actually you can say the 2 weeks previous, it was better. It's still not good. But last night it had a couple pretty substantial moments against a Ravens offense that is considered one of the better in the league. And Lamar Jackson has not been playing well since coming back from the Hams. He was good in like his first game back from injury. Since then, he's been quite poor, actually. And
he was okay.
They play the Ravens again in a couple weeks. They have a game against the Bills next week, which will be tough. But Joe Burrow, he gets up for that, right? To go head to head with Josh Allen. And we know the Bills, like, they're not this gangbusters team that we've seen the past couple seasons either, especially on defense. So I'm kind of like looking at the Bengals schedule and game against the Ravens. I think they play the Steelers again still as well. They got some cupcake games. Browns are always feisty division games, but you get my point. Dolphins, I think the Steelers could win the division at 9-8, or any of the teams, but I think the Bengals could win the division at 9-8.
One of them probably will win the division.
That's what I mean. That's kind of what it's shaping up to be here.
Lamar Jackson, just talking because you said struggle since he came back. I mean, he was MVP caliber, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was doing his thing, obviously running the football, not as much as he maybe has in the past. But since coming back from injury, you mentioned, played okay against Minnesota, but 17 of 29, $176 and 1 touchdown. Prior to that, he was throwing 2 to 3 to 4 touchdowns per game. He hasn't thrown a touchdown since then. That was November 9th. Yeah,
if you had started Lamar Jackson last night in fantasy, which if you're an owner, you absolutely were, Bengals defense, Jackson in prime time, this seems, even if he hadn't been playing well the last couple weeks, this seems like a gimme. Put up somewhere between 5 and 8 points, maybe depending on your league scoring. He didn't throw for a touchdown.
246 yards through the air. I don't know what the math is on that for points.
Normally, 250 would be 9 or 10 points.
He ran for 27 yards.
A point for every 25 yards.
So there's your 2.7 points on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been good. And even in the wins against Cleveland, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Against the Jets, no touchdowns. Hasn't been able to run the ball. When I think of the Baltimore Ravens and an elite offense, it's Lamar Jackson, RPO, get in the red zone. He's a threat to just roll to the right, kind of maybe have
survey, got the guys all kind of flattening out, and then it's let me just scoot this in here myself.
And if they attack, then he just dumps it off over the top to either answers are likely.
Basically what Dak Prescott did yesterday to Ferguson was that score, or either when Dak was rolling out and he's running across in the flat, behind the line of scrimmage, and it's he might try and get the corner here, but instead he just drops it right over the head of the defender in front of him. It was a perfect play.
The Atlanta Falcons used to kill people with that, with Mike Vick, roll him out to the left, get a linebacker on Algie Crumpler, and then make that linebacker decide if he wants to rush Vick or stay in coverage. He was screwed either way. So that's what I'm used to with the Ravens, and it hasn't happened this year. We'll see if they turn it around. But overall, fun day of football.
It was pretty fun. I was having so much fun. I didn't even realize it was snowing outside. I didn't I got up at the end of last night's game, stood up from the couch, looked out the window, and I'm on the 5th floor, so I can see the roofs of the townhouses kind of across the parking lot. They're covered in snow. I looked down the park and I'm like, holy crap, when did this happen? I totally was oblivious. I had no idea it was happening in real time.
I shoveled at 6.
That might be the biggest thing now that I'm in the apartment building as opposed to the side entrance of the house. I don't have to shovel nothing.
Shoveled last night when I got home. And then
sometimes I like shoveling.
This morning I went out and shoveled and it was just kind of lightly coming down. So then I took the leaf blower.
Oh, yeah.
And just blew off the remnants.
And woke up all your neighbors.
It was not 9 a.m.
That's plenty late enough.
And you know what? I like to always get my neighbors sidewalks for them with my leaf blower. So,
nice.
Actually, we got good neighbors in that respect. Everyone kind of helps out with the walks. I took a big gulp there of my drink. Just want to give a quick thank you to Lance and the Dallas Cowboys for beating the Raiders last week. He got me a Starbucks gift card for our bet.
Oh, nice.
It was like a little gulp of that.
Oh, you poured it in your
my
Chargers mug.
Yeah, which I think I left in the sink because someone put it beside the sink. This is my formal apology to all Stingray employees.
How could you?
I don't like to be that guy.
Can't believe you're not using your cowboy mug.
Oh, that's at my house.
Nice.
It's a keepsake. It's in the man cave now. Down the bottom. Text rolling in here. Darren says, hey guys, should I do this trade? 10-team league, 8 keepers, super flex. Woody Marks, Breece Hall, Jameson Williams, DJ Moore, and my first round pick for Henry, Puka, and a 5th rounder. So Derrick Henry, Puka Nacua, and a 5th for Woody Marks, Breece Hall, Jameson Williams, DJ Moore, and a first round pick. That leaves him with Bijan, Warren, Tracy as running backs, Pickens, Mechie, Allen Dike as wideouts, Nix, Daniels, quarterback, and Bowers tight end. So all of a sudden you have Derrick Henry as your running back with Bijan, if it's 2 running backs, and then you have as a receiving core, you got to start Mickens. You're going to put Puka in there. Keenan Allen, I assume. Kind of like DK going forward. I don't mind it. Like Woody Marks, Duke, maybe you have a better grasp of what he's going to be. Breece Hall, I think there's some uncertainty. Jameson Williams, boomer bust player. Probably 3rd option when it comes to targets in that offense. DJ Morris, same thing. Like I think Roma Dunze is probably going to get in there. It's a lot
to give up for. I mean, Henry still finds the end zone, and he busted off that one big run last night. But I don't know if we're going to see more like Derrick Henry rushing for 100 yards every week.
Yeah.
Red zone threat, hey, that matters a lot. Fine, being reliable down there. Obviously did so last night. But like Puka Nacua is one of the best receivers in the league. And the rest of your receiver group, like Pickens has been a revelation this year, but otherwise that's pretty thin. And you're moving out Jameson. So I think I would do it. If you're convinced that this can put your team over the top and win this year, because you're absolutely hamstringing yourself moving forward. Your team is old. In a keeper league. So,
and I'm just trying to think. So your first is gone next year. So next draft, you're looking. I mean, you're probably good at quarterback. I don't mind Nix and Daniels. Daniels, if he's got to stay healthy, we'll see what he does in year 3. This year's pretty much a wash.
It says 8 keepers. That's a lot. Like that's almost a dynasty league. And so you're talking like Bijan, Puka, probably Pickens, and Bowers, and then one of your quarterbacks, and you still have 3 spots left to mix it out.
Keeping Henry because you gave up.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a lot to give up. But if this is a trade that I would execute if it's like I'm right there. I just need a little extra oomph to put myself over the top come playoffs here in what are we talking? Few weeks, handful of weeks.
And I mean, it really just there next year you'll just have to draft well. And I think you can add. I mean, we know how good the NFL, since it's a 10-team league, you could probably get a couple of rookies who are going to contribute immediately. Like, hypothetically, you draft well. If you were in this position from a year previous, maybe you would have drafted like Emeka Egbuka. Boom, there you have a starting wide receiver in there who contributes. Our running back, I don't know who it would have been. Marion Hampton got hurt. Genty's done not much. Harvey. But, yeah, I think I could do it. Makes a team good, and then you have to make sure you draft well. Lance said about his drink or his gift card bet, it was my fault for thinking the Raiders could have nice things. Also said, send in the roster. Duke, did you take a look at that? What do I do to activate Brady Tkachuk off IR?
Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, this is a league where he sets it for the week. Did he not send something in about this earlier? Yeah,
His team is McAvoy's on IR, so he's got Cousins, Sherwood, Nurse, the Brinket, Fantilli.
I look at it and this is pretty like I'm trimming Darnell Nurse.
Yeah,
the point production is very minor. gives you some value in a bangers league with hits and blocks, but he's only going to play 2 games this week. He's not a name that on the waiver wire is likely to get snatched up immediately. If something happens and you circle around next week, he's probably still there waiting for you. That to me, it's a pretty easy decision. Like you don't need an extra defenseman on your bench in fantasy hockey most of the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's already on your bench.
So yeah, to me, that's a pretty open and shut one.
No bye weeks. Yeah, I would agree with you. Eagles defense or Browns defense? Eagles get the Bears today. Browns get
San Fran and what's supposed to be a pretty ugly weather
NTR
game.
told us snow potentially. I think either way, I go Browns. Myles Garrett is an absolute fiend.
How many sacks did they have last week? 8?
I thought it was 10.
Yeah, 10 team ones. You're right. Yeah,
Myles Garrett. Yeah, I go
Let's
Browns.
check the weather in Cleveland, Ohio.
You do that quickly. Well, I checked this one from Michelle. She said, Connor, I checked out first round yesterday. What a great bar. Michelle, glad you enjoyed it. I think you won a $50 gift card from us, which we do once a week. The food there is delicious. We got a problem here in our building.
There's a Cleveland, Tennessee.
Apparently, we only have a certain amount of TVs that are allowed to watch TV at once.
But there's TVs in every studio, one in the common area.
So whoever's got the remote, maybe that's Sam or Josh, if you want to just, we need TV more than CFCW. It's just a fact.
Sorry, Dean.
Maybe even K.
Definitely more than K.
Lobby.
It is lunchtime.
Yeah.
Usually there's many people out there wanting to watch.
But
It's
we
probably
need it.
Paul out there watching the curling right now.
Probably, yeah, you're right. But we need it. So,
Right now, lake effect snow warning in Cleveland.
oh, yeah.
In effect until 7 this evening. So classic lake effect. So that's in for today. And then if we look forward, chance of snow again on snow and rain on Sunday, 40% chance. 3 degrees Celsius is a high.
3 is a high. So sloppy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Sloppy.
You know who I think would thrive in that? George Kittle.
Loves the slop. His
He is-
mother was a mutter.
He might score a touchdown and slide 10 feet on the ground. Jeff in Victoria says, I had Lamar, Baltimore's defense, and Mark Andrews.
Sorry that happened to you.
That sucks. That's not a great way. I Jameer Gibbs yesterday. 2 leagues.
In one league, I went up against Amon-Ra St. Brown. I had Gibbs. So obviously I still come out ahead on that. Not by much.
Yeah, balance.
And then in my dynasty, my opponent, who's last in the league, but still has guys that can do damage. Lamar had a bad day. CeeDee Lamb had a good day. And then Josh Jacobs, I think, had 8 points, 8 or 9 in PPR. So off to a good start there. But I haven't had a single guy play yet. And I've had several weeks consecutive underperformance from a lot of my guys. It's got to shape up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a couple leagues where I probably could use a win. One league,
I'm on a skid in my one league. I need this win bad.
you need it so bad.
I'm tumbling down the league's power rankings.
I hate when that happens. You'll bounce back, maybe.
Well, my top, because in consecutive weeks, I have my best players on bye, Jonathan Taylor and then Devon Achane. So I'm hoping each back. Tough matchup for Taylor this week after he largely got shut down last week. Now he has the Texans on Sunday, best defense in the league. Tough.
What do you do about it's a good pass rush, Duke? You
Run it.
Run right at it.
Run right through it.
That's what they should do. Curling today, the Homan rink leading 3-0 over the Black rink. That's number 1 versus the 21 ranks team. Rachel Homan should absolutely dominate this. This should be done tomorrow. It's a best of 3.
In theory, like I think it's a great story for Christina Black. Like, this is in Halifax. They curl out in Nova Scotia. She kind of caught fire the back half of the week here. Beat Carrie Anderson last night, who was really what most consider the only threat to Rachel Homan's team's attempt here to head back to the Olympics. But good on Black, gave herself a chance in a best of 3. Man, I just can't envision Rachel Homan and company losing 2 out of 3 games.
You know, advertising works. We don't have to tell you that. I just looked up Holo Taco because it's on Team Homan's sleeve. I'm like, oh, I love it.
Hola Taco.
How are these tacos?
Is there any here?
No, it's like nail polish.
What?
Yeah. I swear to you, I'm looking at it right now.
Got me.
Disappointing. Guess I'll have to go to other taco spots in the city. Missed opportunity, Holo Taco. Well, maybe it's the good stuff, though.
Have you bought any Canadian eggs this week as a result of the advertising? It's all over. It's on Team Homan's knees. Get cracking.
No, I haven't.
I did. Not because of that necessarily. I just needed eggs.
You're like watching. You're like, well,
time for eggs.
gotta go get some eggs. I mean, we like eggs, of course. Great source of the protein. But no, I haven't bought any this week per se. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. Also, it is Fed Up Friday. So if anything's got you geared up, please let us know. 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
You know your neighbor, right? The one who watches your house when you're away, who keeps their yard looking nice, who says hello every day. That's us. GS Construction. Now, we probably don't live right beside you, but we do live in your community. And when it comes to water and wastewater infrastructure, moving along smoothly, we're the ones doing that work. GS Construction has been doing it since 1974, over 50 years. So you could say we are your neighbors who wear hard hats and work boots. To find out what your neighbors do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
I'm making my list, checking it twice. And guess what? I'm giving Will Hawk Beef Jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Will Hawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Call to place your pre-order today at 780-986-2537. Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. The new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. Multiple CCMA and Juno Award winner, platinum-selling recording artist, and top 10 hitmaker. Celebrate the new year in Alberta, country style. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 15% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until December 13th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Your front row seat to thousands of legendary concerts is here. This Black Friday, save 75% on Stingray All Good Vibes through Prime Video channels.
Man, I feel like a woman.
For just $2.50 a month for 2 months, you can see the icons you love, Bruce Springsteen, Shania Twain, AC/DC, and more, right from your living room. Ready for the show? Subscribe at primevideo.com/Stingray. Prime membership required. Restrictions apply.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Equipment Auction is next Friday at 9 a.m. featuring graders, excavators, forklifts, loaders, man lifts, skid steers, plus commercial trailers including 3 unused 2023 Timmins 55-ton triaxle lowboys. Info at maauctions.com.
The Nissan Black Friday event is here. A full month packed with awesome vehicles and exclusive deals. Right now, finance remaining 2025 Rogue models for 0% for up to 60 months and start planning your adventures. This Black Friday, we've got great offers and limited inventory. Get yours today before they're all gone. These offers won't last. Go see your local Nissan dealer or Nissan.ca for more details. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's next Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Industrial Auctions are next Thursday and Friday at 9 a.m. These major events include multiple lanes selling a large selection of multi-purpose trucks, equipment, and commercial trailers. Info at maauctions.com.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:26. Welcome back. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam Willis with you here at the Sports 1440 studio in West Edmonton Mall. Who was here last night? Who came out and got autographs from the Edmonton Oilers? I know Lance did, from Connor McDavid. A great little photo there. Probably a few other people. The mall was it was jacked up with people trying to get autographs from some of their favorite Oilers.
Connor, I have some breaking news from 5 hours ago via Winged Glory on Facebook.
Go ahead.
Shocking. The Edmonton Oilers have officially announced they will part ways with head coach Chris Knobloch later this week, even though the current NHL season is not yet over amid a severely disappointing campaign of the team's failure to meet expectations. Let this just serve as a reminder to all of our listeners out there. Don't believe everything you read.
I'm pretty sure that that account had like a quote from Gregor. And it was like, Jason Gregor, well-respected sports analyst in the Edmonton area, said this on his show. And when it came out, he hadn't had a show yet from the previous night. So I was like, what? Like, now Gregor's making it in there.
It's crazy.
But did you see that Austin Matthews saved 4 babies from the dump?
Oh, yeah.
Hero.
But also so did Leon Draisaitl.
So did Leon. And Leon Draisaitl has both supported and hated Pride Nights.
Yeah.
Whatever
God,
gets
it
clicks.
just makes me so mad.
If you follow those accounts and you see that stuff, don't believe it and don't share with your parents. Maybe report it because it's just stupid.
That actually is a better thing. Flag it and be like, this is whatever. Like, what's the thing you can do on X? Community notes.
Yeah, that's what we need on Facebook.
We need that on Facebook. Just like community notes. This be like, this is just blatantly a lie.
That might be like my Fed Up Fridays. People just like posting things that are so wrong on social media, and then people see it and just
then
like,
it's, yeah,
oh,
like-
that's true.
Yeah, like you said, your parents or your aunts and uncles who, let's just, say it. It's like they're not as online as everyone else in order to like fact check this stuff. They just see it once and be like, or they'll see it from you sharing it, their nephew, their son, daughter, niece, be like, oh, well, that must be true if they shared it.
Well, I mean, we had some workers in our building months ago as the rentals were being done, and one of the workers had brought up like, oh, did you guys see this on Facebook? And it was that a referee was being fired, right?
Yeah, during the playoffs, it was like NHL firing this referee mid-series after conspiracy fixing games.
Yeah.
It's like, and he just shows, and he believed it 100%. He's like, you guys see this? We're like, that is not true. There's 0% chance that is true.
Facebook has it,
but somehow Sportsnet and TSN
Freedom
haven't quite got wind of this yet.
it's so bad. I go look at the comments and like whatever it's about. Let's say it's the one where Connor McDavid's donating all his salary to an orphanage in his hometown, which, hey, I haven't heard that yet. But the people are like, God bless him. What a hero. Or then it's something negative and they just trash this guy who had nothing to do with it. You got to watch out for it. Tell your parents. Tell those people in your life. Lance says Frank Saravalli is a funny account, though. You got franked.
You want one more? This while we're on this topic. So, new guy in the building, Wayne, salesman for Stingray, and newest member of the Critters. Matter of fact, they cut me for him originally. Then brought me back.
He is a Stingray employee more so than you.
I'm a Stingray employee,
but
I'm working for Stingray tomorrow.
More so than you.
That's true. He. Same thing, just like over at the bar, he came over like it was a week or two ago and showed me his picture, and it's like of Michael Jackson dropping the puck at a hockey game. And he's like, can you believe this? I'm like, no, I can't.
Was it from 1985?
Yeah, like it's in black and white. It's between the Canucks and the Penguins. And he's like, and it's even in Vancouver. I was like, I would check the validity of that photo.
That's so good.
And so I did. I looked it up. And I think apparently it really did happen, but it's not actually Michael Jackson. It's like a lookalike on like a theme night or something.
And it was in the NHL?
Appears to be.
That sounds like a maybe WHL thing to do. Have like a theme night for that, but that's now I gotta Google it. Now I gotta find that. Russ in the barn says nothing on Facebook is true. That's a good way to look at it. Did you guys hear about Jamie Benn running into the eye of a tornado to save Ben Bishop in 19 or 19?
Well, that did happen. Or sort of.
Sort of?
He didn't go into the eye of the tornado, but as the tornado was happening in Dallas, Jamie Benn was like driving around to teammates' houses and like picking them up and stuff.
God.
We literally had a Dallas Stars analyst, Bruce Levine, on this week, told that story.
That's pretty awesome. Maybe he's like a storm chaser. Joe says everything Wings of Glory posts is fake news.
You think?
But the comment section, it's like 50 people like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
This is crazy.
One person like, why do you believe this? With no likes, no thumbs up.
Yeah, that's great Fed Up Friday. Is it because I just opened my Facebook tab because I'm going to post the links for the Carey show today. And I don't even know, like, we don't follow this account, like those type of accounts on our Sports 1440 Facebook page, but they just show up automatically, like recommended, just because they talk about hockey. So I see them all the time, and it just drives me nuts.
As we go in this segment, I'm just going to open it up as well and see if I get any good stories popping up. I got a baseball one, but it could be real news. Did you see the video of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen? This is how we should do our show prep. Because I just got one here. When he was out at it looks like a bar, not like a club. I think there's a difference. He's just like hanging out. And it was like after they landed in Buffalo. And people were like, can you believe this? Newsflash. A lot of hockey players land from their road trip and go out to the bar.
Can you believe that? Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi?
Okay.
That was fun.
Let's dive back in the inbox for elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcast with Eddie Steele, Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and gold. Of course, it is the most in-depth EE football coverage you will find. It's going to keep going in the offseason, of course. You got the draft, free agency, tons of things happening, plus interviews with alum and current members of the team, elksnation.ca.
New episode today with Chris Morris.
Oh, snap.
Full hour.
They got the press?
Full hour of an interview with Deck and Eddie. So Eddie was pumped when he was leaving here this morning to chat some behind-the-scenes stuff. Obviously, his background coaching at U of A, player, Grey Cup champion, all that stuff. So Eddie said should be dropping here over the weekend. Should be a dandy.
A really good hire. Because for years, like whenever the president's job opened up, a lot of people thought of Sean Fleming. Of course, play for the team, I think in the business world. And then you think of Chris Morris, who was a principal, I believe, at a high school. Pretty important job. Played in the CFL and then went on to run the Golden Bears program. And you're doing a lot of work, like when you're the head coach of the college program. And then not to take that into the CFL now. That'll be a very interesting interview. So whenever that drops, wherever you get your podcast from, make sure you go check it out. King of Fort Nasty says, good morning, gents. Now that Roslovic is probably out, I need Duchesne injected back into Big D's lineup. When's he back? I also have Matt Tkachuk sitting on the IR. Hopefully he gets going sooner than later. And picked up Hart with the intentions that he will be the Knights' number 1. In gambling, he can stop pucks. Even though I'm not sure if he was really a great goalie. Have a great weekend, boys. Carter Hart's numbers, like he came into the league and was good, and it dropped off and
leveled off pretty.
It was very
harshly.
Mid to second half of the league. Factor in. Not the best Flyers team in front of him. So, a better team with the Vegas Golden Knights. Duchesne was on the road trip?
He was on this road trip up here. There was a recent article or post from a Dallas beat writer. I can't remember which one, about him talking about the injury and kind of what he's been going through with it, but no imminent return as of yet.
Yeah, he had a post, I think, on Instagram as well about
maybe that's what I'm thinking.
His family and just had kind of tough times going through that injury. So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't have an interview or update right now. Brad says, "Hey, fellas, I've been fed up with the fact that there's construction on the QE2 about a month ago that finished. People still slow down at the same spot. Drives me nuts." Anyways, have a good Friday, fellas. You too, Brett.
every spot that there's construction ever, especially on the highway. Like that overpass at Leduc that they were redoing, right? Like just between the Highway 19 exit and the airport exit. It's been like 2 full years they've been working on it, and it's done. But still, when you're coming passing the direction, people like slow down to 80. It's like, no, drive the speed.
Yeah.
You're making me upset.
The roads out there today, when you go home, just be patient.
I have to go to Beaumont tonight.
Be patient. Be so patient.
Oh, I'm riddled with patience. I'm going out for dinner with a friend beforehand. So I'll barely be kind of over on that side of the city. I might just dip because you can take like 91st Street, I think it is, like straight down to Beaumont. Then you don't have to go out on the actual highway. It's a little slower.
You got the truck. You're good for that.
4x4, baby.
I will say I had to take the boy out to the sticks. He's getting babysat by his grandparents today, so I got to go out there. Not bad. Just shout out on Fed Up Friday. Shout out to the drivers, the high IQ drivers that,
cerebral,
get out of the way of people and, make the right decisions at intersections, knowing that maybe it's a little slick out there. Sit a little further back for those cars turning left, Shout out to those people. I see you. I respect you. Keep up the good work. Jeff in Victoria said, there were some articles around Edmonton passing on Wallstedt. My brother thought he was an Oilers prospect and they let him go. Nope. I mean, they very easily could have had him.
And actual reports from that draft were that he was never on the Oilers' radar.
That's crazy.
Like, that's why they traded back, because they're like, apparently if they were going to take a goalie, it was going to be Kosa, who was an Oil King.
Yeah. He was gone before, right? Detroit?
Nope, just after.
Just after?
Yeah.
I remember that draft and like thinking, this just set up perfectly for the Oilers. Stop taking these guys 3rd to 7th round. Like, I know if you looked around the league, you'd see that can work. But why not take one of those two? Didn't happen. Hey, guys. I heard from a solid radio announcer that Tarasenko from the Wild is on waivers. Don't remember where they heard it.
Like today?
Was that today? Greater Man Jay? Was it?
He's referring to Low Tide from a couple days ago. He said Low Tide was Tarasenko was being put on waivers, but he was actually put on IR.
Whoops.
And he was like, no, I did not say waivers. And everyone is telling him that you did, in fact, say waivers.
You just misspoke is all.
Yeah. But he was like, nope, I didn't say waivers. I didn't say waivers. So Declan pulled up the audio from hour 1 and played it. And he's like, nope, I didn't say waivers.
You know what? We, with YouTube now, can just go grab it immediately, which is part of the good things. If I mess up a thing and then I'm like, did I say that?
You go back and listen to the log.
Oh, damn, I did. Whoops. That happens. But shouldn't happen from Low Tide. Ours got to be higher for LT. He's been doing this for so long. Can't have that misinformation here on Sports 1440. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll let you know what's coming up on the Lowdown with Low Tide. We'll also talk a little bit about the weekend in the NFL, the Oilers, and also I'll tell you what's coming up on the Jason Greger Show. It's Fantasy Frenzy on Sports 1440. You're watching on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
Weekends were made for Oil Kings hockey at Rogers Place. Family fun that's second to none, starting at just $20 a seat.
This Family Fun Sunday, your Edmonton Oil Kings take on the Saskatoon Blades. Enjoy the kids' fun zone with face painting and bouncy castles.
And it's Crazy Hair Day. Sculpt your wackiest hairdo and you could win prizes like teddy bear toss tickets, a team signed jersey, and more.
Plus, score Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less.
Oil Kings Blades. Crazy Hair Day, 4 p.m. this family fun Sunday.
Save on day of game pricing now at oilkings.ca.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
Aloha Edmonton, it's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
Sleep is for the off-season. What off-season? Sports 1440 is live, loud, and locked 24/7. Oilers, Elks, Riverhawks, Stingers, Oil Kings. We've got your fix. Edmonton's home for sports. It's Sports 1440.
At Sherwood Honda, SUV must stand for Sell Us Vehicles. Because if you have an SUV, Sherwood Honda sure would love to buy it. Any make, any model. If you're driving an SUV that's in good shape and yours to sell, you should turn around and head to Sherwood Honda for a really good price. And if you're not driving an SUV, that's okay. Sherwood Honda sure would still be happy to sell you a vehicle too.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Well, 11:42. Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy, the November 28th edition. Hey, big news. When we come back on Monday, it's December. That's the way the time works. Also,
wake me up when November ends.
Sad news to report. On Monday, we won't be on the AM dial. They're doing more Bears on their
Oh, no.
Coincidentally, it fell on Fantasy Frenzy again.
Weird how that works.
I think that we're getting too popular, and they're like, we got to slow these guys down.
These guys are busting open the frequency wires.
It's too much. So, they're going to shut us down. So we'll be on YouTube streaming, I believe, but just not on the AM radio. Our apologies, but it'll only be for our show. Maybe a little low times. They always tell us like 2 hours, but then at 11:59.
Last time it was only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, works quick. So, hey, we'll see what happens, but make sure you just click the link.
Yeah, watch us on YouTube.
If you are tuning in that day and it's not working, just text us and I'll send you a link. We'll make it quick. We'll even get Kevin Carius to tell you guys, because I think when he speaks, people listen. We'll do it during the spec bump as well.
Yeah.
If you can, Brandon.
Yeah, Spec's back. People have been jonesing for Spec. They miss him.
We all miss him.
I do.
That's 5 extra guests a week we need to book without him.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
10 total.
Since the Carrier Show went on to YouTube, and Spec graciously will join us on video most days. I don't get to have my little 30-second conversation with Spec every morning at 7:59 like I have for the past 2 years. Spec, how you doing?
A little check-in.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just ask what I've been up to or what I did over the weekend or if I'm going to the farm or whatever. He's just a nice guy.
Just a text here. I don't know. Oh, just to our winner, Marshall. you sent me your email and then you corrected your email and I used the original wrong email. So Marshall, my apologies. You'll get the info for first round. You are our winner on Wednesday. I'll pass that on to you right now, actually. I'll reply all and correct that. Anywho, that was only information like two people needed. Coming up next, it will be the Lowdown with Low Tide. It is Friday. That means they've got Steve Lansky, Big Mouth Sports. He was the youngest producer in Hockey Night in Canada history. We'll talk, I'm sure, Oilers. And then also they are going to head down to Seattle.
Did you solve your problem of you guys trying to book the same guest?
Declan and I both booked the same guest at apparently like right at the same time.
Like you both texted him
Yeah.
in lockstep.
Yeah.
Well, he's a great guest.
So like,
So did you just go out there and fist fight Declan for him?
I sent it like 4 hours ahead of the time. Declan was just trying to squeeze him in. And yeah, we did fist fight. I won.
And you won.
No big deal.
Naturally.
Declan's a trained boxer, but no, he would one punch me, actually. The timing for us worked better. So they won't have Tim Booth on, but they will have someone on. Declan did just fire the tweet. Oh, maybe not. It's Declan Nations, Big Mouth Sports, Oilers, and Rumors, and maybe more. On the Gregor Show, we'll have Gene Principe joining us, I think, from the airport before they head off to Seattle. John Cullen from the Grand Slam of Curling is going to join us. What'd you call it?
The G-Sock.
The G-Sock? No one calls it that, though.
Well, Sam tried to coin that in one of his early update reads back in the fall. He called it the G-Sock and gave Kevin and I a very good laugh. And now we continue to call it that out of memory of that moment.
It's not the worst.
It's pretty funny.
The G-Sock. We'll see if John likes that. Maybe not.
yeah, bring that up with him.
Wanye Gretz, of course, will be by. Reed Schaefer was at practice today for the Nashville Predators. So that's a big deal for Wanye. Hopefully he still comes in. Tim Booth, who Declan and I both tried to get on the show, will join us at 3:20. He covers the team for the Seattle Times. We got Cam Tate's 2-minute warning on Fridays. Gregor reads his words. Cam Tate's 2-minute warning yesterday was so nice.
What was it about?
Well, he pumped my tires.
Oh, I have to go listen to it. I missed it yesterday.
And then talked about the Oilers because, you know, a lot of love being shown to the Oilers yesterday. Fans coming out to meet and greet them. We'll also have Colin Chalk, head coach at the Bakersfield Condors. We had Ike Howard with Gregor on Monday, and today we'll have Coach Chalk just to see how things are going. 5 questions. Alan Mitchell will join us at 5 o'clock in the spec spot, and then at 5:20 we will have Craig Butt, who is traveling, so joins us a little bit later. So yeah, it's going to be an absolutely loaded show with Gregor today. Some texts. That's awesome. Are they getting the extend the range? Are they going to extend the range? You think? No,
not what this is about.
I don't know exactly what they're doing.
It's last time it was Fortis. So the power company doing work around the tower on power lines. And as a result, the tower has to close for an hour. It's all over my head.
They don't pay us for that.
No.
We just got the email. I'm told they'll tell us when they're ready to go. Dev says, Cortland Sutton or Jacoby Myers?
Who's Jacksonville play?
Tennessee.
Gimme.
Jacoby Myers has fit in quite well with Trevor Lawrence.
I think this is an exact verbatim conversation we had earlier this week and last week where I said, yeah, he can catch the ball, which other Jags receivers have really struggled to do this year. A lot of drops.
Yeah, I mean, I want to play BTJ. Cortland Sutton taking on the Commanders. Not a terrible matchup either. Problem with him is it just hasn't been there this year. So I might be with you. It might be like the less popular move here, but I think just he can catch the ball. You said it. He's been working out pretty well for them. David says the Oilers' woes are a function of their poor drafting department before and during the Kenny regime. In my opinion, Kenny did well, but could have done more. Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at what Ken Holland did in his time at Edmonton, he built a team now. He went out there, some of the contracts, in my opinion, probably give too much term, but got players on this team. And his fingerprints were all over the last 2 teams that went to the Stanley Cup final. Drafting, we'll see. I mean, I think that was a big emphasis for Stan Bowman. Obviously, he would have made the Savoy trade. Did he? That would have been Stan Bowman, hey?
Yeah, this summer.
Last summer.
Last summer.
He this summer went to Europe for a lot of players, signed players there. So, yeah, I mean, if you
I'm
do,
thinking of the Ike Howard trade.
Ike
That
Howard.
was this summer.
Yeah, that was another one. Getting a guy who's young and ready to jump into the lineup sooner than later. To be honest, Peter Chiarelli was pretty decent at drafting. If you were to bring up the Oilers GM history, Duke, would you do that for me?
Like
just the actual years.
Okay, sure.
When did Chiarelli run the organization? I don't want to get the years wrong. Because I have the draft history here.
Okay, give me just 1 second so I can be accurate.
And we will say this, it's not just the GM. It's obviously the scouting staffs that were employed with them. But the GM kind of, well, let's be honest. The GM gets the blame and the GM gets the credit.
All right, Pete Chiarelli, 2015 to 2019.
So McDavid was easy. Caleb Jones, Ethan Bear, John Marino, guys who played north of 250 games in the NHL. I'd say that's pretty good. 2016, Jesse Puljujärvi, followed by Tyler Benson, Marcus Niemelainen. Dylan Wells played one game in the NHL, and then Vincent Desharnais in the 7th round. Good pick. 2017, Kyler Yamamoto, 300 games in the NHL. Pretty good. Stuart Skinner, pretty good. Samorukov, 3 games. Skylar Brindamore, Phil Kemp, 2 games, 1 game. His 2018 draft, pretty efficient. Bouchard, McLeod, Kesselring, Olivier Rodrigue. We'll wait and see. How long did Chiarelli go till?
He was fired in the middle of the 2019 year, so he drafted the 2018 draft was his last.
So then Holland comes in 2019?
Well, Keith Gretzky was the interim GM, but I have to assume Holland was hired before the draft. I'm just trying to memory recall.
So Keith Gretzky and co might have been kind of handling that one.
Yeah, the prep for the draft. May 7th, Oilers hired Holland, so still 2 months ahead of the draft.
So Phil Broberg, I'd say good pick. Raphael Lavoie. And then Blumel will be the only other player to play in the NHL. Obviously not with the Oilers. No other games. 2020, you had Dylan Holloway. Good pick. No other players in the NHL. Granted, he didn't have a 2nd or 3rd round pick. 2021, only 1 game has been played in the NHL by the entire draft class. It was a 6th round pick. I don't think there's any way you'd know it. But it's Shane LaChance. Played in 1 game this year with the New Jersey Devils. Borgo, nothing. Musenberger, nothing. Chason, nothing. Petrov, nothing. Max Wanner, nothing. 2022, nobody.
No picks?
No games in the NHL. Only 4 picks. Reed Schaefer could be getting close.
And like, if you think like this, we're kind of changing context because, yeah, teams need to find those late round gems, right? Guys in the 3rd and 4th round that become players and contributors. Even 2nd round picks, finding them there, it's a good get for your team, right?
Yeah.
Picking at the top of the draft is easy, in theory.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you go through here, like 2022, you had a 1st, no 2nd, no 3rd, no 4th. Obviously, trade to acquire assets.
This is a team in its window of contention. You move those to get guys like Henrik, Carrick, Wallman, Ekholm. The list goes on. You're trading your top draft picks.
2023, Bo Akey, Nathaniel Day, Matt Capone. Your only picks. 2nd, 6th, 7th. 2024, Sam O'Reilly, traded for, obviously, Ike Howard. Then you had a 2nd round pick, Emil Vinny, the goaltender out of Finland. I'm not exactly familiar with what he's doing right now, but super young. From that draft class, though, of course, Connor Clattenburg, 5th round pick. The rest of the picks have not been selected yet. And then obviously 2025, nobody. So interesting to see. Yeah, I guess I'd say like okay drafting. I don't think they've absolutely knocked it out of the park by any means. The statistics for the goaltender playing in Finland: 4 penalty minutes. That's it. I don't think he's played a game yet this year. Last year he played in 1 game, had a tie, 893 save percentage. This year, he might just be a fighter. I don't know how he got. Maybe he hopped over the. Maybe he got. No, it says no games played, but he's got 4 penalty minutes.
Bench minors.
That's what they need. A little swag on the bench. All right, we're out of here. Up next, Low Down, Low Tide. Hope you enjoyed the little history of the Oilers draft class. I just disregarded the text line there as well. So if you send in a text, my apologies. We'll be back on Monday to do it all over again. Have a fantastic weekend. Good luck in your fantasy football matchups. For the Duke and Sam and Josh, I'm Connor Halley. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update with Sam, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
$15 games in the NHL today with 2 already underway. Lightning lead the Red Wings 4-3, while the Rangers have a 2-0 lead over the Bruins in the first. Coming up, the Avalanche and the Wild going head-to-head in Minnesota. Devils at Sabres. The Flames take on the Panthers. Canadians head on down to Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. Senators face off against the Blues. And wrapping things up tonight, the Mammoth take on the Stars. In the BCHL, Sherwood Park hosting Sherwood Park heading down to Brooks, while Spruce Grove hosts Surrey. And in the AJ, we have Devon heading on up to Fort McMurray and Camrose going down to Drumheller. In the NBA, you've got a couple of games on the schedule today, with Cleveland heading down to Atlanta, Philadelphia facing off against Brooklyn, Chicago going head-to-head with Charlotte, Orlando heading down to Detroit, Washington taking on Indiana, Milwaukee heading over to New York, Phoenix taking on the Thunder in Oklahoma City, San Antonio heads over to Denver to take on Nikola Jokic in the Mile High City, Dallas taking on Los Angeles, and wrapping things up, Memphis heads on down to LA to take on the Clippers. Coming up at the top of the hour, it's the Lowdown with Low Tide here on Sports 1440, and this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilmus.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Action Electrical's projects team takes the